Hi there Virgo, thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for October. As this month begins, a legacy of last month's full moon suggests that something surprising can happen on the financial front. Now, unfortunately, we all brace ourselves for when maybe the car needs a new tyre or some kind of renewal we overlook. And these kind of costs, when things are not particularly easy in the wider world, can often be a concern. But there is an opportunity this month to actually really stabilise your finances. And if you think back over the last 2.5 years, it probably has been a time when you've really had to tighten your belt in order to do what you've had to do. And because you are someone who is so good at really making the most of your resources, you've done this better than most. But that doesn't mean to say it's always been particularly pleasant or enjoyable. But now you can get the rewards of all that hard work, even if there is a bit of a shaky moment right at the start of this month. But the great thing is that on the 3rd, Venus moves into your sign, and this is going to give you extra star quality. It doesn't matter whether you use this through your work or socially or in a romantic context, but if you have gone through a period where you've perhaps had a few doubts about relationships if you're single, or about what you want, this is going to be like a line in the sand. You can start again, feel more positive. But if you are in a relationship which has really struggled a little bit, then Venus moving into your own sign is a positive thing. It helps you to think that things may work out better than you thought. If a relationship, however, has finished, Venus moving into your sign is again a chance for you to think afresh. You might not be ready to immediately go into a new relationship, but at least you're ready to start again as an individual, to redefine who you are, and that in itself can be positive. Now, your ruler Mercury then moves into Scorpio, and that's brilliant for you because it's your sector of personal communication, but it's joined straight after the next day on the 6th by Saturn. Now, this suggests that if you've got an inherent talent for lifelong learning, this is a chance for you to knuckle down and start a new course. Attend something where you can, a seminar where you can soak up new knowledge, perhaps start your own internet site or blog, or if you work in the digital arena already, this is really a time that the more you put in, the more application, the more you're going to get out from it. And then Mars moves, and Mars moves into an area of your horoscope which is very much to do with your home. And it's going to be there for the next 6 weeks. And it's saying to you that if you're a bit impatient about wanting changes to where you live or in your emotional life, you could arouse resistance. So it's something you need to try and just quell a little bit. But there is another influence going on, and that is the sun. And the sun is at the heart of everything. And that continues to move through part of your scope that's to do with your resources. But it links brilliantly in week 2 with Jupiter, suggesting that there could be something significant around your career that can fall for you very, very helpfully indeed. And you could be popping the champagne corks. More good news can come in on the 16th, around the time of the new moon. Then the sun moves on the 23rd into that same part of your horoscope that Mercury and Saturn moved into earlier in the month. Now, the suggestion here is that the sun is going to also start to make you think much more about your ideas, how you interact with people, how you express yourself. But because it's joined by the Saturn almost straight away, you may encounter some opposition. Someone may say to you, I don't agree with that. Why did you say that? And you may have in the past held these opinions, expressed them openly, and no one said a word. Get prepared for this because there could be more of this to come over the next 2.5 years. But all of this can help you to understand how people view you and the way you express your ideas. And that doesn't necessarily come easily, but it can actually be very good for us to be challenged sometimes. Makes us think that maybe we do need to evolve, change. Any person who thinks they've got it completely cracked is immediately falling behind. So be open to new ways of looking at life, and you can gain. But there's also a great link between Jupiter and Mars. Well, it's great if you handle it right. It can see you quite in the mood to perhaps move up the housing ladder, move to somewhere more glamorous, or add some kind of feature to an existing abode which makes it much more comfortable. The key here is not to overreach what you can really afford or the energy you've got to deliver this. So just have a modifying impact on some of your aspirations in the last week of this month, because if you don't, you could get a little bit carried away. It's been a pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.